daryl live here, coming to you from Southern California here. Happy Thursday afternoon. It's 3:04 in the afternoon. It's May 2nd, 2019. All right, I saw some great articles today, and I want to do a quick video here on how athletes die younger than most people because of their sweating. Yeah. Here's an article. Here's one. Made full recovery. Olympic legend Michael Johnson after terrifying stroke. What the? Terrifying stroke? I mean, the guy is 51 years old. Yeah, I don't think people should be getting strokes. And I've done research over the years, and I realized that the information that I've come across is that people that sweat actually have a lower or a less lifespan. Yeah, because they're sweating out if they don't supplement. They don't live as long as the person that doesn't exercise or doesn't sweat as much in exercise. And I'm finding that these athletes, here's one, why would, I think the stroke happened last year, now he's made a full recovery, but why would Olympic legend Michael Johnson have a stroke, at 50 years old? All right, I'm not saying it's because of that, but there's a good chance that this is probably what's behind it. And here's another one. Goalkeeping great like Iker Casillas suffers heart attack in training. All right. Olympic legend Michael Johnson has a terrifying stroke, and now he's recovered, he says. Okay, and that's just today. This is today's article from TMZ.com. Then I just read another one from RT.com. Goalkeeping great. This is a soccer player. Iker Casillas suffers heart attack in training. What? Spanish World Cup winning goalkeeper Iker Casillas is recovering in hospital after suffering a heart attack during training with club team Porto. All right, so, I've known this for years. And that's why I beg people. I said, beg people, please take minerals and vitamins. Well, I'll eat healthy. That's part of it. Eating healthy is part of it. But since the soils don't have the full nutrients and minerals in them, when you eat the plants, you're not eating the full nutrients to repair your heart, to repair your lungs, to repair your veins and your arteries in your body. I was coming across this great article, and you can see it anywhere online. Once you get this information, you can start typing it in. Here's one, kingmaker.net, but it's anywhere. I can find this anywhere. But it was just concise. They took it out of a question Q&A session between a doctor and just callers, and it's very, very interesting. I'm going to read a little bit of it, and I'll give you the link, so don't worry about it. It's really from programs like Dead Doctors Don't Lie. It's Dr. Joel Wallach, Wallach. He has a whole bunch of programs and videos. You can find them on YouTube. And I came across him over the years, and I listened to what he said. And since I heard him the first time, I am taking minerals and vitamins all the time. Yeah. I am not going to die of a stroke. He says you're not going to die of a stroke or a heart attack or all these things that people have if you supplement correctly. Supplementing is taking the right amount of minerals and vitamins. And they got to be non-GMO, right? To say the least. And organic, the best. And of course, getting born again, spirit-filled. I always add that in there, because the forces of darkness don't play fairly, yeah. But I'm taking this from articles from and information from Dr. Joel Wallach from his Q&A sessions over the years. Here's one from, I'll put the link on here, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, April 19th of this year, 2019, yeah. He said right here, here's a monologue at the beginning of his show. Dr. Joel Wallach begins the show discussing a report that claims the human body has the genetic ability to live to be 1,000 years old. Well, that makes sense because Adam was almost 1,000 years old. Methuselah lived 969. Yeah, the body has the genetic ability to live to be 1,000. Yeah, and then he was talking here, if you look up Dr. Joel Wallach. You'll see that he first became an animal doctor, then a human doctor, yeah. And he said, listen, we fixed all the diseases in animals by mineral supplementing. Minerals and vitamins cured all the diseases from the animal kingdom. And if they just do the same thing with humans, the world will be a better place. Yeah. He cited the statistic that professional athletes don't live as long as couch potatoes, people that don't do anything, stating that these athletes have the best medical care and get the best food, but most don't supplement, right, the nutrients that they sweat out while working out and playing their sports. Continue that most sports drinks only contain 4 to 6 nutrients, right? And you need 90 plus. Yeah. Wow. Okay, let me go back here. Yeah. Okay. I'll just let me read this Q&A for a second here. Then I'll go back to the article. It's on exercise. Question, Dr. Wallach. It seems like every week I pick up a newspaper, I see about young athletes or athletes having problems with their bodies falling apart, cardiomyopathy, and challenges like that. What can we give our athletes and our children so that they can be healthy and have long lives, that we want? Answer, that's a great question, because most people believe, this is now Dr. Wallach is giving an answer. He says, most people believe that exercise is good for you. And that was always a great question. Is exercise good for you? Is it necessary for health and longevity? It says, when you inspect this question, you have to look at professional athletes who spend most of their teenage years going to university, the semi-pros, the pros, training and practicing and doing their event. If exercise was the factor in living a long, healthy life, athletes should live longer than the non-athletes. Or couch potatoes. But when you look at this critically, the non-athletes, the couch potatoes in America, live 75.5 years average. And the average athlete is less, depending on the sport and their level of competence. They only live to about 62 plus. 62 to 68. Far short of what a couch potato can live, 75.5. Says, of course, athletes suffer a great many joint diseases and bone diseases, tendons, ligaments, back, neck, shoulders, ankles, knee, hips, and they suffer through enormous amounts of surgery to deal with. Athletes develop some 800 different diseases, he said. And why is it that athletes don't fare as well as the couch potatoes? Is simply because, here it is, athletes sweat more in 5 years than couch potatoes do in 75 years. And when you sweat, you're not just sweating out Gatorade. You're sweating out all 60 plus essential minerals. You're sweating out all your minerals. So then your body can't have them inside, and it can't repair your heart, can't repair your veins, your arteries. And they are called essential minerals because if they're missing for any length of time, you get horrible degenerative diseases, many of which are life-threatening. So you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out who was more likely to be debilitated or even die of these life-threatening diseases. An athlete who sweats out quarts of sweat during an event or training or practice. Or a couch potato who's laying on the couch doing nothing. Honey, bring the popcorn. Says this is very serious because the Center for Disease Control says that as many as 100,000 athletes under the age of 30, 100,000 each year die suddenly during an event or training or exercise or immediately after an event from cardiomyopathy, heart disease, which you mentioned, and a ruptured aneurysm. The cardiomyopathy, heart disease is due to selenium deficiency, and ruptured aneurysm is due to copper deficiency. Begin to put the two and two together. Why does a 10-year-old die of a ruptured aneurysm? Well, he sweats out all of his copper, and you can't get copper from curly French fries or Pepsis. It just doesn't work. Oh my, what a beautiful day. Yes, when I see this, and I thought, my goodness, Olympic legend Michael Johnson made full recovery after terrifying stroke. Michael Johnson, this is from TMZ Today, one of the fastest humans of all time, says he's fully recovered after suffering a crippling stroke just last year. 51 years old only. Johnson won 4 gold medals in 3 Olympics, tells TMZ Sports he suffered a stroke on the right side of his brain following a workout in September of last year, 2018. At the time, Johnson said he felt discomfort in his leg, numbness in his left arm, and quickly began to lose balance. He's working out. I'm supposed to be healthy. So he rushed to the emergency room to get checked out. By the time I got to the hospital, he said I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't stand on my left side, Johnson said. But fortunately, I got there quickly and was able to get treated by a team of specialists. Johnson spent most of the next several months working his butt off in several rehab programs. And he approached the rehab like he was training for the Olympics. So it was a little more difficult on the one hand because no one's clapping their hands when you finish your workout. But at the same time, he said, my livelihood, that was at stake. Ultimately, Johnson was able to get back to the high level of physical fitness he was before the stroke, and now he's on a mission to spread awareness along with the American Stroke Association. Well, if he doesn't find out the problem, if he's not supplementing, he's going to have another one if he keeps on sweating out his minerals and vitamins, yeah. Oh, and he's still just as confident as ever because when we've asked who would win a sprint between prime Michael Johnson and Usain Bolt, you know who he picked, yeah. So I looked at that and I thought, what? And then you looked at, here's one just from yesterday. May 1st, 2019, goalkeeping great Iker Casillas suffers heart attack in training. Spanish World Cup winning goalkeeper is recovering in hospital after suffering a heart attack during training. And this guy's only 37. Casillas, 37, is said to be out of danger now and conscious, but was taken into emergency care at the hospital of CUF Porta after falling unwell during training on Wednesday morning. His club has issued a statement saying he is stable as messages of support have flooded in. One of the most popular goalkeepers in the game. 37 years old. Modern goalkeeping great. Spent most of his hugely successful career at Spanish giants Real Madrid before moving to Porto in 2015. He has won a record of 167 caps for Spain and was captain of the 2010 World Cup winning team. And they show a picture here of Casillas at the World Cup in Russia last summer holding up a trophy. Yeah. He's regarded one of the greatest goalkeepers of his generation and has enjoyed a stellar career during which he has racked up honors, including 3 UEFA Championship League titles. Along with the World Cup, he also helped Spain to the European Championship title in 2008 and 2012 as part of the greatest international teams ever to grace the game. Despite his advancing years, he recently signed a new contract with Porto, which was due to keep him at the club until age 40. The news of his shock hospitalization soon filtered through the social media. His club team Porto offered a message of support, sharing an image of the goalkeeper with the message, always together. Yeah. Offering hopes of a speedy recovery. Yeah. I'm just saying. You know, I was looking here at some of the verses in the Bible. It says in Genesis 2:8, there's a reason why God placed us in a garden, right? Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Genesis chapter 2, verse 8. Then the Lord, Jesus, Father, Son, Holy Spirit planted a garden in Eden in the east. Now he placed the man he had made. Minerals and vitamins. Yeah. Nothing wrong with sweating. Sweating is good for you. It gets your lymph nodes all cleaned out. But you got to replace your body with the right minerals and vitamins. Yeah. Genesis 2:10. And a river flowed from the land of Eden. Water and minerals and vitamins. Water in the Garden of Eden. Verse 15. The Lord God placed the man in the Garden of Eden to tend and watch over it. Yeah. I said it's a choice. Look at Deuteronomy 30, verse 19. Today I have given you the choice between life and death. Information, right? Between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice you make. Oh, that you would choose life. That you and your descendants might live. People think, I got to exercise. It's good. Exercising is good if you're supplementing. People always ask me, Daryl, what do you take? I take Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 tablets. And I have a whole bunch of stuff that I take besides that. That's my mineral base. That's my mineral and vitamin base. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 tablets. Yeah, I think it's 90 plus minerals and vitamins in there. It's non-GMO and all other stuff in there. So go on Amazon. It's about $50, but it's cheaper than cancer. It's cheaper than a stroke. Yeah, and then I supplement with a whole bunch of other things organically as well. Different herbs and minerals and on the side. Yeah, cayenne pepper, you name it. I got a whole bunch of stuff here. A whole armful. I take them in the morning. And I take them throughout the day, and I drink water, and I exercise. I've done now, I'll be going on my 24th full marathon this weekend. And I'm telling you, yeah, I take my electrolytes, I take Himalayan pink salts, oh yeah, and I make sure I take my minerals and vitamins. I don't want a stroke, do you? If the human body has the ability to live to 1,000 years genetically, bring it on, baby. Yeah. So I think even as born-again, Spirit-filled Christians, and what's that? That's giving your life to Jesus. And this takes care, I mean, Jesus gives us wisdom, knowledge, understanding, counsel, direction, help. I mean, hello, he made humans. He knows how to help us. Yeah. And so I beg people, give your life to Jesus. Jesus washed my sins away, fill me with your Holy Spirit. Give him the Bible, read it, and do it. Find out scriptures like this. And then God will bring you information like this to help you. Your heart can be healed. Your lungs can be healed. I helped somebody years ago that had bad lung problems, asthma. Every year, bamba, 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 inhale. And it really, all these diseases, if you trace them back, it's mineral deficiencies, mineral and vitamin deficiencies. So I told the guy, I said, hey, you can get rid of that asthma because asthma is basically a mineral deficiency, which is most diseases are mineral deficiencies, mineral and vitamin deficiencies. What? So took the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, bye-bye asthma, no more asthmatic attacks. Even runs. Yeah. Choice, right? Yeah. And then don't forget Daniel chapter 1. He also knew eating right and listen. The food today is not exactly like the food was before. We're supposed to leave the ground and let it replenish itself with minerals and vitamins. That doesn't happen a lot on the earth. So even if you eat healthy, which you should, and organically, the minerals and vitamins aren't fully in the plants. So you have to supplement. Yeah, sure. Prayer and supplement. Daniel chapter 1, verse 12. Please test us for 10 days on a diet of vegetables and water. Verse 15, Daniel 1:15. At the end of 10 days, Daniel and his 3 friends looked healthier and better nourished than the young man who had been eating the food assigned by the king. Verse 16 and 17. So after that, the attendant fed them only vegetables instead of the food and wine provided for the others. Verse 17, God gave these 4 young men an unusual aptitude for understanding. In every aspect of literature and wisdom, God gave Daniel the special ability to interpret the meanings and visions of dreams as well. Meaning of visions and dreams. Yeah, but it says in every aspect of literature and wisdom. And they were 10 times smarter than anybody around them. So you want to live? People say, I don't want to live. Well, okay, fine. But those that want to live, this is for you. And listen, sometimes people just work in the garden. They go for a walk. They're sweating at work, this, that, and the other. You don't need to have all these diseases come upon you. You can live free of diseases by choosing to do the supplementing in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm. All right, Daryl Live signing up. I'm out of here. I'll put this links on here. You can do your own research. I'll put the scriptures and the links and this information and some other stuff I find as well under this video. All right, pass it on to other people. I want you to live and have life abundantly. All right, and when Jesus Christ returns, which he's returning very, very soon, I want you to be ready at his return spiritually as well. So, like I said, get born again, get spirit-filled. Stay born again, stay spirit-filled. Hear and do the word of God. Jesus, wash my sins away, fill me with the Holy Spirit. Get in the Bible, read it, and do it. Then watch my videos, darylawsonlive.com, darylawson.com, to help you go forward and not backwards. I love you. Pass the video on. I'll see you later. God bless you. darylawsonlive.com. Bye for now.